So I'm like prepared, like, okay, they're gonna be checking it anyway, so I should be prepared for that fight. But that's the problem I have is like I think that's where my slip up is my gun game isn't good enough to where I can challenge people like maybe I just like I need to put more emphasis on like 100% believing they're gonna be there and like being very prepared for it. But I'm just like I don't know, I just don't prepare for it enough, maybe or something weird, you know? I don't know.
And you are.
Yeah. Well, oh, I know. Yo, bro, that's what I'm saying is they start throwing util and stuff like because they're expecting it, and that's when I know like it's like oh yeah, throw the util at the corner and pop it up in the flash or something. Oh, because they're gonna be looking there. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So that's like so this is thinking steps ahead of like what I'm thinking, and so that's what like you're saying it's like it becomes a mental game and stuff, and you're 100% right, and that is like something that I need to get better at. Like I can think a couple steps, but I just get to like I don't think too many steps ahead of that. I guess I don't know. Like keep doing it. Ah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, keep doing it and test it. Yeah, yeah. That's a good point.
Speak, friend.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing is like back in the day, like there wasn't pressure to be like super good players and stuff. Like there's used to be old FPS games like what you're explaining, like basically like you just test it over and over and over. Like there's old FPS games like Alien versus Predator. I used to do that all the time. Get punished all the time. And I would just predict people there all the time. And then you just start gaining this prediction of like, okay, this person's always gonna be here. Like I get what you're saying. It's just like in modern day gaming, I feel like I just don't like people just don't like what you're saying. I just don't push to counter a counter kind of thing, right? And that is something that's something that I guess I should focus on, you know. Oh, I know. Exactly, like yeah. Exactly. They're practicing. That's literally what I'm doing. And like, yeah, you're right. Like exactly. Well, exactly. It's like the counter of the counter. And like yeah. That is something that is a step ahead that I just like don't think about. Like I obviously like get punished for it and like think about it, but like I just don't think about countering that thought, I guess. Yeah, you're just starting to counter every single thing, right? Right. And if it doesn't work, then like what you wasted like 5 seconds looking and doing a fake flash or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like super thought. Yeah, I love that. I need to do that more for sure. That's why I think I'm really enjoying CS. Is like I started to finally figure out like the basics, like you know, the basics, which is basically like you know, catching someone off guard. It's like now, like, oh, cool, I'm catching someone off guard. Now the next step is like catching someone off guard who knows that I'm catching them off guard, and now I'm doing something 100%. Which is crazy because, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's like, that's what I was trying to explain to you is like a very basic thing is like, say you're behind a box. Like, you go right, you see him peek right, you both get a couple shots off at each other, and now you duck behind, and now all of a sudden, okay, we're gonna peek left because that's what gamers do. Everyone peeks left after they peek right. Well, you know that he's gonna peek left, so you wait a second, then peek left for an advantage. He doesn't peek left. Now you're thinking like, okay, so he didn't peek left because he knew that I knew he was gonna peek left. So now we're both gonna peek right, and you just—it's like this weird mental game, like 100% what you're saying, but in a very minute difference, right? I love it. I just need to get more into it for sure. Like, I just don't think about that kind of stuff enough, you know? Hmm. Oh no, I know, I know. It's not. Yeah, if you overthink things too much, you're like, okay, he's gonna be here. We'll go back. You could get wrapped up in some kind of like crazy, you know, thought process for sure. You have to, yeah, exactly. You have to take it as it is and how everyone's actions go and like adapt to the actions. 100%. But that thought process is very important. I agree. Yeah, I would love to. That's like super high end play and stuff, and that's the same thing. Like what you're explaining right now is the same exact thing in World of Warcraft, like arenas and stuff, and like high end rating and stuff. Like it's literally the same exact shit. And like I would love to like super hone in on that and like practice and stuff. It's like what you're explaining. It's like even more textbooked than what you're saying because like with FPS, like there's walls and stuff you hide behind and stuff. Whereas World of Warcraft, it's like it's so like blatant and in your face. It's like everyone pops all their best abilities, right? So you hide behind a wall because like okay, everyone's best abilities are going off. You basically stun them and stop them from doing all their best abilities, right? So they can't do the damage and like you don't have to heal through it. And you know they're coming off on a 2 minute cooldown. So now they're just, it's like a dance game and it's just like all sorts of stuff. And it's just like all this minute detail and stuff that I would love to just like delve into and like practice with teammates over and over and over and stuff. But I just never got the chance to play with people who wanted to practice all that stuff, or they were too far ahead, or they were, you know, not ahead enough to do that kind of stuff, you know? So. Yeah, like I mean like so like World of Warcraft there's fake I don't know if you know it's like fake casting. So there's like so there's abilities that can like interrupt your casting, right? Like I know you haven't PvP'd much, but there's like warriors have ability that like it's called kick. It's essentially it'll interrupt your casts, right? And it'll stop you from casting any spell from that school for like 5 seconds. So obviously like it's gonna hugely fuck you over. Like so you're cost like you're a frost mage, you're casting a frost bolt, he kicks it, all of a sudden you have 5 seconds where you pretty much can't do anything. You can't cast frost nova, you can't like cast any frost spells because you got kicked out of it. So you know that they're gonna do that at some point. And you know that they know that you know that. So you're gonna cast it like do you cast it for like, you know, 0.5 seconds or a second and then move to the left and stop casting so they kick nothing? Or do you cast to 1.5 seconds because you think they're newbie and it takes them a second to get to their button? You know, it's like this, it's like a prediction of fight, you know, it's like per player for sure, you know? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it is simpler, like you're saying, it's simpler in a sense, but like what instead of cooldowns, you're thinking about spatial awareness and where you're at in the map. Like that's like a dimension that's not in WoW. So like it's a trade-off. So like yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, and WoW, yeah, and WoW, it's all about literally like you have to size your opponents up. Like it's called fake casting, and like the majority of players kind of know it, but it's so funny because you'll literally like you'll fake cast something. I'll beat the shit out of someone. I'll fake cast them, right? I'll predict a fake cast maybe like just 1 second in. Like I won't like immediately do it, but I'll like wait a second because I'm assuming they're kind of new and like don't immediately like no most people don't have an instant interrupt, right? So like I'll cast for like maybe like zero point 0.5 of a second to up to a second before I like step to the side and stop casting, and then they kick it, which they don't kick anything, and it fucks them over, and I beat them. And then the next time I see that player, they predict that because they know they just fought me. They know how I'm gonna play. So now I have to predict that they know what I just did to them, and it just gets this crazy like in mindfuck shit, you know? Oh, yeah, it's 100%, and that's what I love about World of Warcraft Arena PvP. And I would love to have like friends and stuff to like play together and like learn together and stuff and like figure everything out. Like I've never had a group of core players that we could just all just like work together and like figure shit out, you know? Oh, bro, I've had the team vibe. I just never had the team to play with. I either have players that are like way too good who are way better than me and do like way better than me, and they're like, yeah, dude, like yeah, I feel like I know I'm carrying the team behind, like you know I'm dragging behind, I'm being carried. Or I just have teammates that are just like just don't even know this insane basics, and it's just like okay, well now I'm just like we're just you know spinning our wheels. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's pretty crazy. Like I have clips of my buddy and I. He was like he's pretty solid, and like there was this whole setup where it was like they came out with these skills and stuff that just like he and I figured out the synergization where it was like he would put this thing on people where like if they healed, it would do damage to them, right? And so they would want to dispel it. And I had an ability where if they dispelled stuff, it would do a fuck ton of damage to them and silence them. So I would put my shit on, like this thing that made it so if they dispelled, it would fuck them over. And then he would put that on top. And then I'd be like, okay, I put all my shit up, put your shit up. So I would have all my shit rolling on him. And then he would put that on top. And they try to heal themselves. Well, if they heal themselves, they get fucked over. So they dispel it. Well, now they're super fucked. That's basically we win the game. And we won so many games like that because it was just brand new shit that like people didn't think about. We boosted so much rating just because of this like basic combination that he and I figured out with him and I and with the synergization stuff. It was like, yeah, like they either have to like the answer to it, like a good player would just heal through it. Like he has to heal, like he'll do damage to himself, but he has to heal through it because if he dispels, he takes a shit ton of damage. And it was just this like super newbie basic thing that like we would just stomp on people. Like there's tons of clips of it on my Twitch and stuff where we just kill people with it. Yeah, with WoW, it's definitely like CS. You would never have to deal with knowledge like that, right? Like WoW is so yeah, WoW is so much more it's more complicated in like a knowledge base, but like it's really not that complicated. Like it's like it's more complicated than an FPS sense, but then like once you figure it out, like it's not that complicated, you know? It's like textbook stuff. Like it's like you figure out what people do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like 100%. Like in PvP and WoW, it's like I think the skill ceiling might be like higher in a sense of just purely based off of the fact that you have to know what other people are doing. Whereas CS, it's more about spatial awareness and like it's a different. You can't compare the two, right? Like they're hard in their own ways. Like they're both hard in their own ways, 100%. Like I would never say like, oh, WoW is like, oh, if you're an FPS player, you're a dumb idiot, like you'll never live in WoW PvP. Like it's just different settings because WoW, there is no like, oh, is he on A site? Is he on B site? Like there's no situational awareness. It's purely based off of like what is he doing versus what I'm doing. It's very focused on what like the players are doing. There's no like movement based orientation they have to worry about. Whereas FPS is like movement based, more emphasis than over like some kind of weird skill base, right? Yeah, for sure.
Hail, adventurer. There is a great need and even greater honor and renown to be had in Alterac Valley at this time. Will you join our fight
What are
against
you
the
up to?
Stormpike
Oh,
Guard?
me? Thanks for following. Anowin? But yeah, so like this version of WoW is like it's really good for basics and stuff that you're learning. But I think like once Burning Crusade comes around, like they actually have like arenas and stuff. Like this version, there's no PvP like 3v3 or 2v2 or 5v5 or anything like that. But the next expansion there will be. Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. So like I think you'll get geared up and like figure out your class, figure out what other players are doing. Like you'll be able to have a enough open world experience. And the changes in the next expansion are very minute. Like I mean there are some huge overhauls and stuff with some classes, but like it's basically like kind of like taking the classes and just kind of like enhancing some of the abilities of some of the classes and stuff, you know? Like for shamans, like for raiding, they can only heal. But in the next expansion, they can kind of heal and DPS. They kind of like fix the DPS issues and stuff, so. And that kind of like converts into PvP as well. In retail though, it's like really weird. They do this thing where it's like they have PvP fixes and they have PvE fixes. It's like two completely separate templates that they adjust and stuff. So stuff they adjust in PvE may never affect PvP kind of thing, you know. Well, it's like it's 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 just a different game. Like this version has like more of like a a different vibe to it, whereas like it's just hard to explain. Like retail is just so focused on end game, and like you can level your character max end game, but it's just like you will never like understand all the minute differences until you like kind of like even retail until you kind of like spend some time, and you're just gonna be so overblown by so many abilities. Like it's just hard, you know. Whereas this one, you're kind of become very familiar with every single like. In retail, I'll literally re-level an entire character, even if I already have a max level one, just to kind of like familiarize myself, like as I level up, like, and that is a thing to do, like, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and so like that is a like that like I mean I love that like that's kind of like mm, that's a very good way to learn stuff. Like it's I would never say like you have to level up 3 different classes to learn like everything. Like you can go into PvP and like figure out what other people are doing. It's just gonna like take some time and learning like okay, this is what this does, this is what this does kind of thing. But like if you level it up, like you figure out like what's going on with every single class and you feel it like okay, when I fight this person, this is how I feel, versus like when I'm fighting against that person, I know what to do to stop them because this is what pissed me off kind of thing, you know. Currently in retail, yeah, I played the first season in retail. Oh yeah. I played the first season in retail. We got 4 out of 8 mythic. I was PvPing somewhat. I'm just playing classic right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, Diablo, like you literally like play a different class and it's like an entirely different game almost, you know? Like you have so many different builds and stuff. Like I 100% agree. I'm not a huge fan of that type of stuff, but it was enough to intrigue me to be like enjoyable, you know? Like wow, this feels like a completely different playthrough of the game, right? Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's what like I think that's what like most players like are not interested enough in doing that, which I'm not blaming anyone. Like, yeah, of course you just want to play one character, you put so much time and effort into it, you want it to be the best of whatever your playthrough is, like obviously. But it's like, you know, you have to learn about like what other people are doing and stuff if you're trying to get into that aspect of the game. Like, and it's a lot to put on someone, you know. Yeah, I kind of have more time too. So I was playing hardcore and I was like, yeah, I have so much time. I'm just literally going to play hardcore. I was not interested in it. I've already played classic before. I was not going to like I wasn't going into it expecting like, oh, I'm going to have fun. I went back into it and I was like, this is more fun than I remembered it was. And I played some different classes. And then I was like, yeah, I'll play classic more and more. And now I'm like playing a PvP classic server. Like I still enjoy retail, but at a different variance than how I did before, I guess. Like I'm playing different classes. I used to only ever play Warlock. Like Warlock was my jam. This time I'm playing Shaman. I'm really enjoying Shaman. I had never played classic Shaman. I played it up to like 30 back in the day, but I never played it much past that. Yeah, retail. I mean, retail is its own game. Like, it's not fun. It's just so drastically different. You know, it's like I don't know. Like, I enjoy it in a different way, I guess. Honestly, though, I didn't think I would enjoy classic because like I hate the slow pace of classic. I hate the takes forever to recover mana, health, and like, but it's just different. I don't know. I still dislike it for the fact that it takes like so long to recover your mana and health and stuff, but it's also slower in the pace of game, like whereas retail is just like constant go 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 go, whereas retail is like you have to take a little bit of time to stop and do what you need to do kind of thing. I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I feel like people like with boosting and stuff just like try and surpass the grind, which is definitely a thing, but um even if you decide to go that route, it's like the end game is different than retail. It's like still once you surpass that grind of like leveling and stuff, there's still like it's slower pace. It's like
Hail, adventurer. There is a great need and even greater honor and renown to be had in Alterac Valley at this time. Will you join
I need to go
our
turn in
fight
all
against
these
the
Alteric
Stormbright
Valley
Guard?
marks. My last week at the grind, bro. Rank 14. Let's go. Yeah, so I've been recruiting my friends to play classic and stuff, and like I'm trying to get them all level up and whatnot, and seeing if they enjoy it more. But if they enjoy retail more, I'm not opposed to just hopping on retail and playing with my friends on retail. Like I think they're both fun. I'm just enjoying classic more.
Speed war is upon us, adventurer. It's time for every member of the Horde to answer the call and join the fight against the cowardly Alliance. Good work, adventurer. You should be proud of yourself. The Alliance invaders must be expelled from Alterac. For the whole. Good work, adventurer. You should be proud of yourself. The Alliance invaders must be expelled from Alterac.
Yeah, retail is definitely more solo dependent and stuff. Like, I like that about retail too. It's like you can just like do whatever you want by yourself. But the offshoot of that is it's like the group content is more like I don't know, you have to be more like dialed in. Like retail, you have to have a group of everyone who's like on the same page, and it's more like smaller content, like 5-man groups versus 40-man raids. 40-man raids, you can literally just join a 40-man raid. You can get carried, like nobody's gonna really notice if you're not doing that great, and still get the same chances of gear and stuff. Whereas like retail, it's more dialed into like I don't know, you kind of have to know more what you're doing, otherwise people are gonna get more upset. It's a different vibe. He just traded me and didn't trade me anything. Yeah, I was in a battleground. I was like asking for water, and this person traded me. I'm guessing they thought that I was giving away water, and he just accepted the trade. I was like, accept trade. We trade nothing. I was like, good trade, bro. Pretty much, dude. Like, what are you doing? Get away from me. Yeah, I really enjoy being able to hop on retail and just be able to play by yourself and like do whatever you want. Like in the same sense, it's kind of like that in retail too, or classic too. Maybe not to the extent because there's not like mount farming and transmog farming, but yeah, there is a lot of solo content to do in retail, which is quite enjoyable. Because there is a lot of toxicity as well with like end game stuff with retail. Sometimes you just don't want to have to commit to like, all right, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 o'clock, everybody show up, have the best consumables you have. If your gear's not good enough and your parses aren't good enough, you're not gonna get any gear. I hate that. I mean, obviously you don't just want like crappy players to be getting good gear and stuff, but
Loktar.
Oh? No momento. I gotta go to the bathroom. Going to bed? Bro, it's only 6 in the morning here and I don't have work. I'm gonna wake up in never hours. You're right. We should go to bed. Alright, I'll catch you later, man. Bye. Un momento.
Break their bones.
Um, Raid schedules are fun if you have the time for sure. I have the time, so it's not too bad. It's like, okay, whatever, I log on and do my raids and sure. But if I didn't have the time, it would not be fun. Trying to schedule a game around work and life is not fun. But if you just have the time, not too bad. Just about being like-minded with other players kind of sucks. Sometimes you get a mix of people who are like, I only have like 2 hours. I can only do this for like 2 hours. Yeah, some people are like, I have all the time in the world. Like, let's just do it. It's just about who you play with, you know?
Raw, be safe. Good work, adventurer. You should be proud of yourself. The Alliance invaders must be expelled from Alterac. Serving the Horde in one of the great battles against the Alliance is a source of great honor. The few, however, that have served the Horde in all of our active battlefronts are our truly great fighters. We shall vanquish our opponents not by fighting isolated skirmishes, but by waging a well-coordinated war. Go forth and crush the Alliance in Arathi Basin, Alterac Valley, and Warsong Gulch. For honor for the Horde. Good work, adventurer. You should be proud of yourself. The Alliance invaders must be expelled from Alterac.
Loktar adventurer, we have need of your services in Alterac Valley. Shall I add you to the lists?
You just take your time. Tell me I'm alright. Take me through your mind. Say I'm tryna fuck. I think that you're right. I still feel a thing when I look you in your eyes. Maybe you're my weakness or just part of the season. You know I've been speeding, so maybe I just need this. So maybe I just feel you for no reason. Maybe I just feel you for no reason. Yeah, no rush. They say that I'm on the road. Maybe I just lost control. These nights keep on taking tolls. Find me out here on my own, but I'm in up with you home. You keep picking up the bone. Feel like you colder than stone. Till you blowing on my phone. Keeping with sexual tone. When I wanna leave alone. Till you blowing on my phone. Keeping with sexual tone. When I wanna leave alone. Yeah. They say that I'm on the road. Maybe I just lost control. These nights keep on taking tolls. Find me out here on my own. You keep blowing up my phone. Maybe I just lost control. These nights keep on taking tolls. On my own. They say that I'm on the road. Lost control. These nights keep on taking tolls. Find me out here on my own. Taking tolls. On my own. No rush, you just take your time. Tell me I'm alright. Take me through your mind. Say I'm tryna fuck. I think that you're right. I still feel a thing when I look you in your eye. They say that I'm on the road. Maybe I just lost control. These nights keep on taking tolls. Find me out here on my own, but I'm in up with you home. You keep picking up the bone. Say like you colder than stone. Till you blowing on my phone. On the road, maybe I just lost control. These nights keep on taking tolls. Find me out here on my own. You keep blowing up my phone. Maybe I just lost control. These nights keep on taking tolls. On my own. They say that I'm on the road. Lost control. These nights keep on taking tolls. Find me out here on my own. You keep blowing up my phone. Lost control. These nights keep on taking tolls. On my own. Please stop calling, you've been dishonest. I've been through enough. Two-faced promise, scars and traumas. You put me through enough. Yeah, I've for more than life. I think that it's time for me to rise again. Yeah, can't believe I wasted all my time just to tell another one goodbye, my friend. You already walked that line, you crossed it many times, and you know how to get the best of me. You said you changed, you won't. I guess I should've known you'll never get another chance from me. Yeah, like don't you think I've been through enough? Baby, we've been falling in out of love. You shot me down, yeah, lost all my trust. Everything you promising is really a bluff. Please stop calling, you've been dishonest. I've been through enough. Two-faced promise, scars and traumas. You put me through enough. Yeah, I've been done enough with you. Please stop calling, you've been dishonest. Stop, you've done enough. Memories are all in my head. I've been playing the same ones, and playing the same ones. Yeah, gotta move on, yeah, it's not gonna be the same it once was, the way it once was. It's time to leave, you gotta go, just let me be. I'm on my own, I'm sick of you. And I ain't here to play no games, and no. And like, don't you think I've been through enough? Baby, we've been falling in out of love. You shot me down, yeah, lost all my trust. Everything you promising is really a bluff. Please stop calling, you've been dishonest. I've been through enough. Two-faced promise, scars and traumas. You put me through enough. Yeah, I've been done enough with you. Please stop calling, you've been dishonest. Stop, you've done enough. shades instead of Chevy 69. How bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre. Destination unknown as we're pulling for some gas. Officially placed a poster reveals a smile from the pack. Elephants and acrobats, lion, snakes, monkey. Billy speaks righteous, Sister Cena says funky. How bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's making me crazy. It's making me crazy. Every time I look around. Every time I look around.
Every time I look around.
Every time I look around. It's in my face.
Bro, I don't think I'm gonna find a friggin' game in here.
People jump and jive and the clowns are stuck around.
I think it's good nighttime, man.
Cameras, there's choppers in the sky. Marines, police, reporters ask where, far and wide. Billy yells, we're out of here. Cena says right on. Making moves and starting grooves before they knew we were gone. Jumped into the Chevy, headed for big lights. Wanna know the rest? Hey, by the rights. How bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's making me crazy. It's making me crazy. Every time I look around. Every time I look around.
Every time I look around.
Every time I look around. It's in my face.
My gosh, bro.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's making me crazy.
Do we go to bed though?
Every time I look around. Every time I look around.
Every time I look around.
Every time I look around. It's in my face. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's making me crazy. It's making me crazy. Every time I look around. Every time I look around. Every time I look around. It's in my face.
For a while there it was rough, but lately I've been doing better than the last four cold. I ain't saying that I always sleep alone. I ain't saying that I ain't one else. Done a little bit of midnight moving on, and I ain't saying when I do that it don't help. Leave for someone I don't know her name. Pull her real close, but I leave some space. And I can forget you, girl, for good. Even though I should, I never let my heart go all the way. Every time I try, I just hit the brakes. And there's always a couple trying to take your place. But I never fall in love, baby, just in case. You wake up pointing me out of the blue. You lay down eating what I used to do. Yeah, every now and then I go get a taste. But I never fall in love, baby, just in case. Just in case. I always take it to the edge, then I back it up. They don't know I got a reason for acting up. I ain't felt a damn thing, baby, after us. Yeah, I'm just hoping you come back to us. That's wishful thinking, baby, honestly. But I know you ain't forgotten me, so I never let my heart go all the way. Every time I try, I just hit the brakes. And there's always
Oh man, it might be going to bedtime, dude.
Never fall in love, baby, just in case, just in case. Leave with someone I don't know her name. Pull her real close, but I leave some space. Yeah, I could have 3 words on my tongue, but I won't ever say them, cause I never let my heart go all the way. Every time I try, I just hit the brakes. And there's always a couple trying to take your place. But I never fall in love, baby, just in case. You wake up wanting me out of the blue. You lay down needing what I used to do. Yeah, every now and then I go get a taste. But I never fall in love, baby, just in case. Just in case.
I knew straight up when I met you. I saw it in your eyes, though it would be like mine. Don't think I'll ever forget you. No, no, no. But those moments spent with you till the sky is turning blue. I'll see you on the other side. We'll say a bittersweet goodbye tonight. Can we keep this high alive?
I think it's bedtime, bro. Also play CS. Kevin's dead. I'll play one game of CS before I go to bed. Into my window. Gotta put a delay on this.